Hey everybody, I'm Corn, and I know, guys, I have been gone for God knows how long, and I'm actually very sorry about that. And I'm here today actually with a new game. It's called Ace Academy, and it's a visual novel. And for those who have watched my previous videos, you're like, "Oh my God, a visual novel. What's up with this? Where's this come from?" Well, I have a little dark secret. I love visual novels, and I love them quite a bit actually. And Ace Academy actually fills that little itch I have. You know, like every game, once in a while, you get that itch that, a game that you really have to play, a certain play style. And well, Ace Academy actually fills that itch for me quite a bit. Now, going into this game, this is going to be a slight, like kind of like how Total Biscuits, WTF is series. Well, this is my little intro into Ace Academy. And I have played a few hours of this, sadly not a lot, and I haven't gone through all the playthroughs. It is an early access game, so the developers are adding on more to the game, and we are hoping for another episode by the end of this month, possibly next month. And so, here we go.
Oh,
now,
hey, bro.
Ace Academy is a game that has, like many visual novels. You get to add in your own characters. Most visual novels, you don't actually get to put your own name in, which it's kind of nice to be able to do that. So it's kind of cool.
Doesn't it look like something out of a fairy tale?
And voila.
You didn't have to come too.
Ace Academy, just like every visual novel, you gotta click your way through, or you can do the where it automatically starts progressing it for you. And it does have a rollback function, but I don't use it myself. The game does claim there will be an achievement for it, and though sadly there's only one achievement, and even though I've played enough hours to actually should have achieved it since I've gone through 2 complete playthroughs. Come on, devs, fix it for me. I'm an achievement whore. Fix the achievement. It's only got one. Let me fix it.
That's more like it. Hurry up. Not yet. When were we supposed to meet up?
Now, there is voice audio in the game. And I do enjoy the music. It's a little repetitive, but it is kind of situational at times, and it does add to it. And there is another visual novels that I played before that have been produced by American companies.
You have quite a bit to learn.
I gotta say that there have been on the lackluster side, and they've been more or less they just click through, just they tell me a story with some visual novels and some fan service added in. Now, one thing I do like about this game is, you get a sister, her name is Nikki, and whatever your last name of your character is the actual last name your sister will have.
Well, I figured it'd be good to
which
expose you to some
I like.
Japanese
I like a lot.
Sushi, of course. 100. Your American sushi can't even be. By the way, your things came in a few days ago.
Now, guys, I'm gonna be sadly since this is a review, I'm not gonna be, going through all of the, actually saying the what the character is saying and everything that he's thinking. This is not the intent of this video. This is more or less for those of you who don't do or haven't played any visual novels.
I'm stuck.
This is more of like, hey, there's a reason why they're kind of popular, especially over in Japan and South Korea and China and the Asiatic countries.
Vacuum cleaners could eat.
So, what's the verdict on authentic?
But they're
How bad?
becoming more
He says
popular
with a mouthful
over here
of food.
in the U.S. for good reason, because you know they're.
So, what was CINY like?
I have noticed that there has been a
And you
desire
still
for
managed to save
games
him.
that provide a
Oh,
story,
you're still using your
since you
original
know
gear?
the COD
Is it
generations,
giving you
as I like
trouble?
to call
You
them,
should probably replace it if it needs that many
sadly
fixes.
don't appreciate games that have a good story or plot line to them. Now, visual novels,
It's true.
they rely on only
Especially that one
three
time when.
things: the visual art
But
style, the
just backing it
audio,
up, big bro.
and of course the plot
I understand.
and how
It
it's
should be
told.
arriving at the academy any day now.
And
All you'll have to
there
do
are
is
quite a
present the.
few
Oh,
visual
yeah, that
novels out
reminds
there
me.
where it is merely all text. So a visual novel that does do
Here are your transfer papers. They're already filled out, and
audio in
all
its
the docs
recording
you need are
is
in there.
much
All
appreciated,
you have to do
especially
is hand
even
this
though
to the
this is an
headmaster first thing
American
tomorrow morning.
product done here in the
Okay.
States, you know,
Here,
it's great.
put these SIM cards
And I'm
into
loving
your
it.
phones. I've already added credit to them
The
to
art
start you
style
off.
of Ace Academy is wonderful.
And you took care of your
It's got a
transfer stuff?
futuristic feel to it. And,
Great.
you know, it does, if you, over time, if you play this game, now your
Don't
choices are
hesitate to call me
through
if
the
you need
game,
anything.
from what I can tell through my few playthroughs, there are certain choices, you know, like
Good
earlier how
idea.
it showed like
All right.
intuitive,
Don't stay up too
athletic,
late,
or
though. You
intellect.
both have a long day ahead of you
They
tomorrow.
do have benefits to actually on the decisions. Now, on this current playthrough that I'm recording is the first time I actually decided to go the athletic route, and I'm actually, you know, planning to go through it all.
You done unpacking
I'm only
yet?
halfway through the playthrough using athletic, and it's been quite interesting. And
Almost.
there are, for
But
those of you
hey,
who are
what
into
do you
that
think
romance
about this whole
part,
uniform thing?
you got multiple love
Kinda weird,
choices.
isn't it?
And I'm not gonna spoil, since I've already seen two of them and I'm working on a third one right now. I won't
Maybe that's
actually say
something that
anything,
happens to you,
but it's
my
quite
socks
enjoyable,
always match.
especially the two that I've seen so
Oh, I almost
far.
forgot. What kind of uniform do you have to wear anyway? I mean, mine's normal, but you're going to Ace Academy? Ooh, that sounds good.
Now,
You transferred directly into their pilot program, right?
how do I say?
I heard
There
that
are
program's
some
hard to
things
get
I would
into.
like
I never doubted you.
for Ace
I hope they're
Academy
ready for
to
you
definitely
because you're
fix.
going to kick butt.
It does have a very, you know, on the rails combat
What?
system,
Already?
since this is a game where
It's
there's
not
mechs in it,
that late.
and it's set in an academy. And those who have watched anime, you kind of expect there to be combat, especially in an academy about, piloting mechs. And sadly, it's very simplistic. You know, I do wish the devs would possibly kind of go a little bit further in detail about this, about the combat system, going a little bit too more, a little bit. It'll be a little nicer. Maybe that's just the action gamer side of me, just this is a visual novel, and the visual novel player side of me understands that there's not gonna be. But the Sunrider series, which isn't technically a visual novel series, but has some aspects of a visual novel into it, but it focuses on the combat side, like the Sunrider series. I especially wish that it, had a little bit more visual novel into it, and I do kind of desire that for this game. But that's the dev's choice. But the introduction little that we got into the combat seems like the devs wanted to actually go into it further, but never really did. But instead, it was just kind of like, how do you say? It was a checkmark thing, just added in there. To be honestly, they should have. There was some, depending on your choices that you went with, you could actually just more or less choose a choice, and that would, kind of like, how like do with the same thing as the anime would do, where just it instantly tells you what happens instead of you having to press a set of buttons in the right order as deemed. Kind of feels like a QRE, and there is a time to the QRE button, or else you're gonna get hit. But the sad thing is that I kind of think it's almost impossible to lose the game. But overall, I have to say that for my final thoughts, Ace Academy for a visual novel fans, 24.99, 25 bucks basically, is a good buy. And the devs are pretty proactive, especially on the community hub and discussions area. And yeah, but for those who aren't really into the visual novels or haven't done one, I would recommend either waiting for for it to go on sale, or possibly look for a cheaper visual novel to first introduce yourself into before trying out Ace Academy. As $25, it's not a lot compared to AAA games, but for a game that's in early access, I personally myself, I have issues with early access, just like a lot of other people who use Steam. And but it is kind of worth it in my opinion. I've gone through several playthroughs myself, and I'm working on another one. So, is it a good buy? Yes, for those who are avid visual novel fans. For non-avid visual novel fans, either wait for it to go on sale or possibly purchase a cheaper one. So, I just repeated myself again. But hey, you know, never hurts to repeat yourself with people, in my opinion. And on further note, for the devs, I do have to say, uh, for the game, the issues with the achievements, it's broken right now. I understand it's in early access, a work in progress. It'd be nice to add a little bit more achievements in there, especially for, succeeding certain romance things or actually somehow failing to lose a battle. The CGs would be nice. It's actually been brought up in the discussions already that they should be locked until you actually find them out. I don't know how difficult it is to do it. I've actually never really made a game myself. I've attempted but failed. But the developers, there's a lot you could do that would make it more worthwhile to actually do repeats than merely the enjoyment of actually going through the whole process of finding out each romance choices interactions. And also, I have noticed, especially on several of my playthroughs, that some of the interactions you can have with them can be can be jumped. Like Mayu, you can actually go into one of the issues with her that would further progress your actual relationship with her without having done anything else prior to with her. And that annoys me. And you know what? That's all for today, guys. Keep on gaming, and just remember, kick some ass. I'm Corin Goggin, and that's all for today.